Uh, this is Apurv, and I'm reviewing Star Trek Beyond with my son Anvam. Anvam, how was the movie?
It was good. It wasn't great. There was no wow factor. It had humor, made you laugh some places. The only disappointing thing is there's no wow factor, and it becomes predictable, and flaws in certain places, scientific flaws, and you feel let down after the movie. I think. What about?
I think it just really plays to a script, doesn't it? I mean, it's not Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
so you know exactly what's going to happen in a way, uh, who are going to die, who are not, unlike Game of Thrones, haha. And so it's I think in that way it's becoming a bit repetitive, like you mentioned. Uh, I thought there were some very nice touches, especially the whole existential kind of questions that Chris Pine was asking as Captain James
Yeah.
T. Kirk, about where am I heading? What is this about? If space is infinite, then what really is my role? Where does it stop? Where does
Yeah.
it, end? I thought that was pretty interesting. Um, and yeah, so what did you think of the story?
I liked the story, as in it was interesting, but you know, it was done well. But the story is something where you will find in almost all movies. Person comes for help, some leads you somewhere, turns goes bad, then save the world, and you will save the world, even though it'll be like they won't save the world, that kind of a thing. So very very predictable. I mean, you could tell when who's coming, when what will happen.
And I think the movies are basically, with all these superhero or space films, kind of, the movie's only really as good as its villain. And here we had, I mean, midway through, I kind of said, "Ooh, I feel like Darth Vader's going to come for some reason," and sure enough, um, Star Wars and Star Trek seem to be kind of blending in some weird ways, and we get a villain called Kral,
Yeah.
who is very Darth Vader-esque in its own way. You never really understand what their powers are or how do they do what they do.
Yeah.
Uh, but well, he's a terrifying villain. And then, as you said, the whole thing happens on, let's try and save the world, and it's
Yeah.
impossible. And then what's going to happen? Obviously, we don't know whether they succeed,
Yeah.
whether they, how, all of that we don't know. But as you said, it becomes kind of predictable. What do you think? Any standout performances? Anything?
I thought Carl Urban, for me, he was really, really good.
Yeah.
The doctor, good humor, gets you happy in a way, even in like a depressing scene where someone's injured or something. Just the
Yeah.
dialogue.
I think Simon
Yeah.
Pegg was good, Carl Urban was good, and the bonhomie, the camaraderie between Carl Urban as Bones and
Yeah.
James
James
Kirk,
Cook.
Chris Pine. I think that was the real
That
standout,
was
wasn't
fun.
it? And
Yes.
this Sofia Boutella, who was playing Yela, she was good too.
She was pretty good. Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise, Zachary Quinto as Spock, always good.
He was okay. Yeah. I mean, he was good.
Yeah. So that I think then, and what else? Anything else that you mentioned? Scientific flaws.
Yeah, I mean, basic scientific flaws. I mean, if you've seen movies like Gravity and stuff, you know that if your protective covering breaks, you're going to instantaneously freeze or burn, or you're going to get sucked out. It's a vacuum. So, in the middle of space, you're opening the latch, and the villains are flying out, yet the good guys are, just standing inside as if nothing's happened. They're all safe and sound.
And of course, when they have to crash land on a particular planet,
Yeah, how the atmosphere is
the
perfect
perfect for
for them.
humans, absolutely fine. You can go without masks. That's not a problem. I mean, there is stuff like that, and it isn't. Like you said, I think there's no wow moment that really stands
Yeah.
out, but there were interesting special effects though.
Yes, I enjoyed the bad people, their spaceships. The way they attack like a swarm of bees and stuff. That was very interesting.
And that space station in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
quite
also
cool
cool.
as well,
Yes.
with kind of inverted buildings and landscapes. So that was cool too. But then, yeah, overall quite predictable.
Quite
What would you rate it?
I give it a 6, maybe 6.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with a 6 as well. You can watch it just about once, and then pretty much hope that they come up with something special next time, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Anna.
Thanks.